Hello everyone, I am Sarita Rawat, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, Suresh Kyan Vihar University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today we will start a next lecture of pharmacology, and today's our topic is animal toxicity, test for acute, subacute and chronic toxicities. The learning objective of today's lecture included toxicity studies, history of toxicity studies, necessities of toxicological studies, type of toxicity studies, clinical signs of toxicity. Now, learning object outcomes of today's lecture included upon completion of this lecture, you are able to know about the basic knowledge of acute, subacute, and chronic toxicities. Now, toxicity study introduction. So, we will start with the basic introduction. Toxicity classically has been defined as the study of poison and concern with the adverse effect of xenobiotics. And Castrat 1996 defined it as a science that defines the limit of safety of the chemical agent from human and animal populations. So the toxicological screening is very important for the development of new drug and for the extension of the therapeutic potential of existing molecules. The US FDA states that it is essential to screen new molecule for pharmacological activity and toxicity potential in animals, which is described in 21 CFR Part 314. Now, the toxicity tests are mostly used to examine the specific adverse event or a specific endpoint, such as cancer, cardiotoxicity, skin, eye irritation. Toxicity testing also help calculate the number observed adverse effect label and dose, and it's helpful for the clinical trials. Now, coming to the history of toxicity studies. A scientist, which is the name Paracelsus, is the father of toxicology, determined a specific chemical that is responsible for the toxicity of plant and animals, which is dose-response relationship. And all substances are poisonous. There is none which is not a poisonous. The right dose differentiate a poison and a remedy. So, Paracelsus, Matthew Orfila determined the relationship between poison and their biological. He is referred to as the father of modern toxicology. Now, source of toxic studies, substances. What are the sources available for the toxic substance? It is classified based on their chemical nature, mode of actions, and classes. Explore the class and use class. Now, explore class is the food, air, water, and soil, and the use classes drugs as the drug of abuse, therapeutic drug, agriculture chemical, food additive, pesticides, plant toxic, and cosmetics. Now, evidence included the use of sheep brain for the production of rabies vaccine has been phased out in 1992. The classical swine fever virus vaccine is produced in PK15 cell instructed using large number of rabbits. And then PPR, FMD, and pox vaccine are also produced using cell culture Vero BHK21 and Vero cells culture system representatively. The use of laboratory animal, for example, rabbit, guinea pig, has been now abandoned for the isolations of typing of mycobacteria with the availability of improved synthetic media. Talking about the biomedical ethics, so before conducting any toxicological tests in animal or collecting tissues, cell lines from animals, the study should be approved by the Institutional Ethics Animal Ethics Committee, that is IACC, or the protocol should satisfy the guidelines of the local governing body. Now, the necessities of the toxicological studies. What is the necessity for implementing a toxicity studies? So, the first is the benefits. So, the benefit of risk ratio can be calculated. Then, prediction of therapeutic index. So, therapeutic index, we can predict the maximum tolerated dose and the minimum curative dose, which improve in the quality of the life and which save the animal's life also and the patient life also. Then, smaller ratio and better safety of the drug. So, these are the necessities of toxicological studies. Now, coming to the magnitude of the use of animals. It has been estimated that approximately 20 million animals are being used for the testing and killed animals. 15 million of them are used to test for medication and 5 millions for products. China has become one of the biggest countries using lab animals, as it is evident in the higher number of quality of the lab animals, or which is specific pathogen free and which is like specific pathogen free or SPF1 generally modified and increasingly used in the scientific research, and 16 million a year compared to 12 million in 25 European Union countries in 2005. Now, and the increased publications of animal experiment result in the international journal. Now, Japan was the second only to the US, which used 17.3 million animals in 2005, and the third largest used in the 2005 was the Great Britain, which used 1.9 million animals. People from the Ethical Treatment of the Animal PETA reported that the National Center for Laboratory and Animal Science NCLAS in Hyderabad supplies approximately 50,000 animals to laboratory every year and to 175 institutions in India, which including pharmaceutical companies and educational institutions. Now, in India, among Rodentia group of animals like mice, rat, guinea pig, rabbit, mice is predominantly used in the most of cases, followed by other Rodentia. The number of monkey used in the research has now drastically reduced in the institution, and use of some other unique animal like hamster, cotton rat, and zebra is not much common. And there are inbreed strains of mice which are used for the research, and genetically modified laboratory animals are also imported into India by some of the institutes, and the information with regard to the available laboratory animals resources in the different institution universities in India is not precisely known. Now, what are the standard method for toxicity studies? So, multiple methods have been standardized, certified by the multiple organizations. American Society for Testing and Materials, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Materials, that is OECD, which is Europe based. Then the National Toxicity Program, Toxicology Program, that is NTP, Then all the above standardized protocol available from the US EPA, Friedel register and researcher that developed the program. Now, regulatory mechanism in India, those who regulate the toxicity studies. The first one is Institute Animal Ethical Committee, that is IAEC. The second one is Committee for the Purpose of Control and Supervision of Experiment in Animal, CPCSEA. Then Drug and Committees Act 1940 Appendix First. Another is Department of Animal Husbandry, Drying, Fishes and Machinery of the Agriculture, New Delhi 2001. Then Department of Biotechnology, the Prevention of Cruelty of the Animal Act 1960 as armed up to 30th July 1982 and the Animal Welfare Board. So these are the regulatory mechanism in India who look after the use of animals in toxicity studies. Now, the relevant test models for toxicity studies. The first model is pharmacokinetic profile, pharmacodynamic response, species, sex, age of the experimental animal, susceptibility, sensitivity, and reproducibility of the test animal, test system, in vitro, isolated organs, tissue culture, cell culture, mechanism of effect in vivo studies. Now, in vivo toxicological model, so as you can see, the dog model, rat model, cat model, rabbit method, and mouse method, monkey method. So these are the in vivo toxicological method models. Now talking about the in vivo in vitro models. So what is in vivo studies? In vivo safety pharmacology studies should be designed to define the dose response relationship of the adverse effect observed. The time course of the adverse effect should be investigated. For example, onset and duration of response. In vitro studies. In vitro studies should be designed to establish a concentration effect relationship. Now, talking about the type of toxicity studies. So, the type of toxicity studies are single dose studies. Single dose studies included acute toxicity studies, rapid dose studies, subacute or chronic studies, local toxicity studies, allergenicity and hypersensitivity toxicity studies, genotoxicity studies, carcinogenicity, oncogenicity studies. So these are the type of toxicity studies available. Now coming to the systemic toxicology studies. So we have single dose studies which is acute toxicity. So we have primarily and definitive studies. Primarily include maximum non-lethal dose which is MLD determined in this study. Then the definitive MTD and MLD determined. Evaluate effects and target organ and toxicity may be determined. Now, acute toxicity testing studies the effect of a single dose on a particular animal species. Acute toxicity testing be carried out with the two different animal species, one rodent and one non-rodent. In acute toxicological testing, the investigational product is administered at the different dose level and the effect is observed for 14 days. And all mortalities caused by the investigational product during the experimental period are recorded and Morphological, biochemical, pathological, and histological changes in the dead animals are investigated. Coming to the LD50, it was the LD50 was used as an indicator of acute toxicity previously. But the determination of the LD50 involves large number of animals and the mortality ratio is very high, which is 24-hour testing. Then the geographical method included, arithmetical method also included, and when the number of animal is small. Because of these limitation, modified method were developed. And the modified method included the fixed dose producer and the acute toxic category method and the up and down method. So, talking about the test report should include the following information. First is test substance, physical nature, purity, physiochemical properties, identification data, source of substance, and batch number. Now, vehicle if appropriate. So, justification for the choice of vehicle if other than the water. Then the test animal included species, strain used and justification for the choice made and the number, age and sex of the animal at start of the test, source, housing conditions, diet, etc. Individual weight of the animal at the start of the test also mentioned. Then now coming to the OECD guidelines, so Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Test Guidelines TGS 42, 402, 403, 420 and 423 and 425 described the acute systemic testing. Fixed dose procedure is OECD TG 420. Acute toxic class method is OECD TG 423. Up and down procedure OECD TG 425. Acute dermal toxicity is OECD 402. Acute inhalation toxicity is OECD TG 403. So these are the toxicity studies. Now, 6 OECD test guidelines described the short-term repeat dose toxicity testing, which is repeated dose 28-day oral toxicity studies is rodent TG407, repeated dose 90 days oral toxicity studies in rodent, which is TG408, repeated dose dermal toxicity 21-28 days study, which is TG410, subacute dermal toxicity 90 days study 5 TG411, repeated dose inhalation toxicity, which is for 28 days for 14 days study, which is TG412, and subchronic inhalation toxicity 90 days study, which is TG413. Now, repeated dose studies and subacute or chronic toxicity. 2 mammalian species, one should be non-rodent. Long duration studies 30 to 180 days. Dose independent on based escalating studies. Dose administered by the clinical route. Parameters moderated and recorded are behavioral, physiological, biochemical, microscopic observation. Now, rodent and non-rodent are used to study the chronic toxicity of a substance. Dose expected therapeutic level daily or experienced therapeutic level to increasing dose phase-wise manner. The test substance is administered orally for more and equal to the more than 90 days and regular body weight variance, biochemical and cardiovascular parameters changes and the behavioral changes are also observed. At the end of the study, the experimental animals are sacrificed and the gross pathological changes are observed. and all the tissues are subjected to histopathological analysis. And there should be little individual variations between the animals, and the allotted weight variations range in plus minus 20% used to determine the maximum tolerated dose and the nature of toxicity. Now, the chronic toxicity studies. So, they are conducted with a minimum of one rodent and one non rodent species. The test compound is administered over more than 90 days, and the animal are observed periodically. And a chronic toxicology studies provide inferences about the long-term effect of the test substance in animals, and it may be extrapolated to the human safety of the test substance. And the report on the chronic oral toxicity is essential for new drug entities, and there should be little individual variations between the animal, and the allowable weight variations ranges plus minus 20%. Talking about the dose, so high dose procedures, significant radiations of the growth or some pathological changes are there, 10 times the expected maximum clinical dose. And the low dose is about twice the expected maximum clinical dose, and it is the third dose in is mixed medium dose, which is fixed midway between the high and low dose. Talking about the during the study period, the animal are observed for normal physiological functions, behavioral variations, and alterations in the biochemical parameters at regular interval, and at least every 14 days. And at the end of the study, tissue are collected from all parts of the animal and subjected to the histological analysis. Now, the types of local toxicity studies. So, the first one is dermal toxicity studies, which included in rat and rabbit. Then the local signs, that is erythema and oedema. Histological examination are there. Then dermophototoxicity studies, which include guinea pig used in the treatment of leukoderma, examination of erythema and oedema formulation. Then the vaginal toxicity studies are there, which include rabbit or dog, observation of swelling, and histopathology of vaginal wall. Then the rectal tolerance studies, which include rabbit or dog, sign of pain, blood or mucus, histology examination and rectal mucosa. Talking about the ocular toxicity studies, which included albino rabbit, changes in the cornea, iris, aqueous humor, histological examination of the eye. Then the parenteral drug included for intravenous, intramuscular, subcutaneous and intradermal injection. The site of the injection examined grossly and microscopically. Inhalations toxicity study included one rodent and non-rodent species. Acute, subacute and chronic studies performed. Observation of the respiratory rate and histological examination of respiratory passage, lungs tissue. Now, the next we have is allergenicity and hypersensitivity toxicity studies. Now, it included the guinea pig maximizations test, which is for the determination of maximum non-irritant or minimum irritant dose, evaluation of erythema and oedema. Then, for the local lymph node assay, mice of one sex, either male or female, or drug treatment given on ear skin, articular lymph node dissection after 5 days, increase in 3-hour thymide used for the evaluation. Now, genotoxicity studies, which include to detect early tumorigenic effect in the case of chronic illness, which include in vitro studies, test for the gene mutation in bacteria, and cytogenetic evaluation of the chromosomal damage in the mammalian cell. Then, for example, MS Salmonella acid detect increased number of the abbreviation in metaphase chromosomes. Then the another is DNA standard break. So DNA repair or recommendations, measurement of the DNA adults. And the next we have is in vivo test. So in vivo test for the chromosomal damage using mammalian hematopoietic cells, chromosomes damage in rodent hematopoietic cells, for example, micronucleus assay for carcinogenicity and oncogenicity studies. It is a lifetime bioassay. Carcinogenicity studies are performed on the drug used for more than 6 months or frequent intermediate use of chronic disease. Chemical structure of drug indicates carcinogenic potential, therapeutic class of the drug which have product positive carcinogenicity. Now, note on the stem cells. So, stem cells now emerging as an alternative to the laboratory animals and drug company. Interest in stem cell drug testing was demonstrated in July 2008 when GlaxoSmithKline entered with a US dollar of 25 million plus arrangement with the Harvard Stem Cells Institute. By testing drug on the specific chemical and tissue created from the iPS cell, we have even predict a patient individual response to a treatment, realizing the vision of personalized medicine. The current issue of Stem Cell and Development 2017, Sergard and her colleagues revealed a novel way to testing drug toxicity by monitoring the behavior of embryonic stem cells which is exposed to a drug candidate compound. Study how potential drug affect embryonic stem cell could provide a far more accurate prediction of a drug potential toxicity than conventional animal model can. Currently, the most successful development of the stem cell as in vitro model for the toxicology testing is in human cardiac tissue. So as you can see, this is the molecular oncology resources, animal wear, clinical transformation, biopsy analysis, molecular pathology, clinical specimen. So these are all the procedures. Now, OECD guidelines for acute, subacute, and chronic toxicities. Also, the dermal toxicity study. So, for acute, 401 acute oral toxicity and 402 acute dermal toxicities. Now, what is subchronic toxicity? So, it is for 407 repeated dose oral toxicity for rodents, 28 to 14 days studies. 408 for subchronic oral toxicity test rodents 90 days study. 409 subchronic oral toxicity test non-rodent 90 days studies. 410 repeated dose dermal toxicity 21 to 28 days study. 411 subchronic dermal toxicity 90 days study. Now, talking about the chronic, so 452 chronic toxicity studies are and 453 combined chronic toxicity carcinogenicity studies. Talking about the definition related to the dose. So, first we have acute study. Acute study is ED50. So ED50 is the median effective dose, the dose for which half 50% of the animal exhibit an effect and a half of animal exhibit no effect. Then LD50, the median lethal dose, the effect may be defined as a specific toxic event and sometimes defined as lethally. Then the ED10 and ED90 are doses at which 10% and 90% of the animal respectively demonstrate effect. Then general studies. So general studies are limit dose, a dose which is considered high enough that if no mortality, significant toxicity is seen in animal receiving this dose, no higher dose are required. Limit dose EPA OECD are acute oral toxicity 5000 mg per kg, acute dermal toxicity 2000 mg per kg, 21 days dermal toxicity 1000 mg per kg, and chronic study of pediatrics 1000 mg per kg. Note the limit dose of the non-nutritive material added to diet is generally considered to be 5%, which is 50,000 ppm. Talking about the subchronic and chronic studies, so ADI, acceptable daily intake, which is established for the food additive residue and published by the EPA. Then NOAEL, no observed effective level, dose at which no effect is seen. Then NOAEL, no observed adverse effect level, dose at which no adverse and toxic effect is seen. Now, then we have chronic studies. So, chronic studies we have MTD, maximum tolerated dose is the highest dose that can be tolerated without significant lethality from causing other than tumors. Or for EPA studies, MTD for chronic studies with pesticide is a dose which produce an approximate 10 to 15% of dermicent in the body weight gain. Now, next we have HTD, highest dose testing. So, highest dose that can be expected to yield result relevant to the humans. And this is proposed new dose which would be selected based on the evaluation of the result of such acute studies. Now, vehicle used for dosing. So, the vehicle are oral, dermal and parenteral. Oral included water, methyl cellulose or carboxymethyl cellulose. So 0.5 to 5% aqueous suspension, oil, corn, peanut and sesame oil. Dermal included physiological saline, water, ethanol, acetone, mineral oil. Then for parenteral, physiological saline, sterilized and sterilized water for the injection are added. Now, clinical sign of toxicity. So it is representatively respiratorily block in the nostrils, changes in the rate, depth of the breathing, changes in the color of the body surface, signs like dyspnea, abdominal breathing asphyxia, apnea, cyanosis, trachepnea, nostril discharge, which is involvement of the CNS respiratory center, pulmonary edema, cholinergic inhibitions, and pulmonary cardiac insufficiency. Now, motor activity. So, motor activity is the changes in frequency and the nature of the movement. Signs like increase in the spontaneous monitor activity, somnolence, loss of akatia, unusual locomotions, prostrations, tremors, and fasciculations, which is CNS, sensory, automatic, and neuromuscular system. So, as you can see, these are our motor activity monitoring system. Now, convulsions. So, convulsion marked involuntary contractions or seizure of the contraction of voluntary muscles. Signs like chronic convulsions, tonic convulsions, tonic-clonic convulsions, asphyxia convulsions, CNS respiratory failure, neuromuscular and autonomic system. Now, refluxes. So, refluxes included control, coronary, panin, writing, myotech, light, sterilized reflux. All signs indicate involvement of CNS, sensory, autonomic, and neuromuscular system. Now, talking about the ocular signs, so that is lacriminations, miosis, mydriasis, exophthalmos, petosis, chromodacronia, which called red lacriminations, relaxations of nectin membrane, coronal opticy, iritis conjunctivis. Then mainly due to the autonomic system involvement. Then next we have cardiovascular signs, which include bradycardia, tachycardia, vasodilations, and vasoconstrictions, arrhythmias due to autonomic CNS cardiac pulmonary insufficiency, monocardiac infections, and cold environment. Other signs involve salivations, piloerection, analgesia, muscle tone, hypotonia. GIT sign include dropping faces, emesis, diuresis. Now, autonomic signs included sympatomimetic, polio eradications, parallel mitosis, systemic block, ptosis, diagnostic of associated with the sediations. Parasympathomimetic includes salivations, meiosis, diarrhea. Parasympathomimetic blocks, mydriasis, excessive dryness of the mouth. Now, the toxic sign of the acute acetylcholinesterase inhibitors. So, acetylcholinesterase inhibition's toxicity signs included muscarinic effect, nicotinic effect, and CNS effect, which include diarrhea, camping, muscle weakness, ataxia, coma, confusion, headache, and anxiety. Now, effect of disease, decreased body weight on the relative organ weight of rat, which include disease is in liver, no changes heart, kidney, and prostate and spleen and ovaries, increase in the adrenal gland, brain, epidermis, pituitary testis, and thyroid. Now, the human studies. Human studies include general consideration for the clinical studies, specific consideration for the clinical studies, protocol design for human studies, the study population, statistical analysis, sequence of the clinical studies, early clinical studies, further clinical studies, submitting report of the clinical studies to the CFSAN, Center for the Food Safety and Applied Nutrition. Now, talking about the phase of the drug development. So, these are the different phase for drug development, as you can see in this flow chart. So, which include the animal module to the man. So, talking about the non-clinical and clinical. So, in animal, clinical is none and non-clinical is genetic toxicity, in vitro, single, repetitive dose, toxicity studies plus bioanalysis, toxicokinase, safety, pharmacology, and drug metabolism. This is lead to candidate identified. Then this is the principle. Then the phase 1 and this is included in man, animal, and then for the man phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4 studies are taken. So for phase 1 it is the healthy taken in the healthy subject, safety and tolerability studies, and in non-clinical it is genetic toxicity in vivo and respiratory dose toxicity testing plus bioanalysis, toxicological drug metabolism and repetitive. It is the erythroma, IND and CTA. Then we have a phase second, which is patient and small scale efficacy studies, which include patient studies, and the phase third is also for the patient large scale and multi-center studies, which include chronic long-term studies, toxicity testing, bioanalysis, toxicokinase studies, then repetitive toxicity testing, fertility and pre-post natal carcinogenicity studies, drug metabolism studies. Then we came to the phase 4 trial, which is patient large scale post marketing surveillance, and it is non clinical as required and product approval by NDA and MA. So this is the phase of drug development. So we have 4 phase, and the first is preclinical, which is also called very important phase that are taken in the animal. Now we have concluded some questions regarding to this lecture, so you can easily answer these questions while going through the lecture. How do you test for acute toxicity? How is chronic toxicity measured? What is subacute toxicity testing? What do you test for toxicity? How do you test for acute toxicity? What is subacute toxicity testing? What is acute, subacute, and chronic toxicity? What is the meaning of subacute toxicity? What is an example of acute toxicity? And what is a subchronic effect? So you can easily answer these questions while going through the lecture. Now coming to the references that we have included today is CRC Handbook of Toxicity, Toxicology, Google Images and Wikipedia also, online related material from the slides here, Basic and Clinical Pharmacology by Baristrom G. Cadburn, 12th edition, Essential of Medical Pharmacology by K.G. Tripathi, 6th edition, Lippincott, Modern Pharmacology with Clinical Application 6C, Collar Atlas of the Pharmacology, 2nd edition, Lumen, Thamin 2000. So you can go through these references for the further knowledge of toxicity studies. We have all covered today the toxicity studies, the clinical trials, the phases, and toxicity of the various drug, autonomic signs, and the other signs, and cardiovascular signs, ocular signs, and refluxes for and convulsions. So you can easily go through this lecture and enhance your knowledge regarding to the toxicity studies. So we have covered today all the topics: in vivo in vitro studies, the history, magnitude of use of the animals, necessities of the toxicological studies. So when you go through this particular lecture, you will get to know about all toxicity studies, history of the toxicity studies, necessities of the toxicological studies, type of toxicological studies, clinical sign of toxicological studies. So this is all about today's lecture. We have almost covered all the things, and we have also see the regulatory bodies for the toxicity study, source of toxicity substance. So you can definitely check out these references. Thank you for today. Thank you for kindly listening to me. So thank you for today's lecture.